Welcome to the DC Public Schools Early Childhood Education Substitute Teacher Training. Whether you're here for a day or longer, your role in our pre-K classrooms is essential to the learning, safety, and well-being of our youngest learners. In this video, we'll walk you through what to expect during the instructional day, how to engage with pre-K children, and how to maintain a safe and developmentally appropriate learning environment. Let's start with the flow of the instructional day. DCPS pre-K programs follow a full-day schedule. The day includes a mix of whole group, small group, and individual learning experiences, as well as meals, rest, and outdoor play. You'll find that the day is carefully structured to meet the developmental needs of 3- and 4-year-old children, balancing academic instruction with play, social-emotional learning, and self-care routines. The pre-K instructional day starts with Strong Start. Strong Start is a morning routine that helps students get ready to learn. Each practice is designed to fuel a sense of safety and belonging. The routine begins with greetings and breakfast and continues into carpet time. Strong Start is a set of rituals and routines that get students ready to learn by fostering a sense of safety, belonging, community, and self-efficacy. The pre-K instructional day also includes a read-aloud activity, which is a structured group activity where the teacher reads a book aloud to the class. This activity helps children develop language, listening, comprehension, and early literacy. During this time, children are introduced to new vocabulary, story structures, and expressive language in an engaging and interactive way. To keep pre-K children engaged during read-alouds, you should use animated voices and facial expressions to bring the story to life. Pause to ask open-ended questions and connect the story to children's experiences. The pre-K instructional day also includes time for center-based play. DCPS uses the Creative Curriculum for Preschool, a research-based, play-centered curriculum that supports learning through exploration, relationships, and hands-on activities. Center time in pre-K classes, as guided by the Creative Curriculum, is a daily period when children choose from a variety of interest areas, such as blocks, dramatic play, art, library, and toys and games. During center time, children choose the interest area in which they would like to work, with whom they want to work, and what materials to use. Center time usually lasts for an hour or more. When children are finished working in one area, they are free to move to another center. During center time, you should keep the children engaged by asking them open-ended questions. DCPS pre-K classrooms also utilize the Building Blocks math curriculum during the instructional day. Building Blocks is a nationally recognized, evidence-based curriculum that develops young children's early mathematical knowledge by embedding mathematical learning throughout the day through hands-on, playful learning experiences. During Building Blocks math time, you will lead short, targeted lessons that introduce and model specific math concepts using manipulatives, visual aids, and games. DCPS includes lunchtime for all pre-K students in the daily schedule. During lunchtime, pre-K students eat in their classrooms. As the substitute, you may be asked to help with hand washing, meal distribution, and encouraging children to eat independently. This is also a great time to engage in casual conversations that build language and relationships. Be mindful of any food allergies or special dietary needs noted by classroom staff. DCPS implements nap time for all pre-K students in the daily schedule. Children in pre-K 3 classrooms nap for 90 minutes each day, while children in pre-K 4 classrooms nap for 60 minutes each day. Each child should have their own cot or mat, and the environment should be kept calm and quiet. You are not expected to force children to sleep, but rather create a peaceful atmosphere. Use this time to supervise, tidy the classroom, or prepare materials for the afternoon, while continuing to maintain active supervision. DCPS pre-K classrooms also include outdoor play in the daily schedule. Outdoor play in DCPS pre-K involves scheduled opportunities for child-directed gross motor and imaginative play in outdoor settings such as playgrounds, fields, and gardens. These activities support physical development, social interaction, creative expression, and emotional well-being. Most of the outdoor time is child-initiated, unstructured play, where children explore and imagine freely. During outdoor play, you should actively supervise the children, model safe use of the equipment, facilitate inclusive play, and support conflict resolution. Prior to leaving the classroom to take the children outside, you should count the children and use the face to name checklist to ensure that all children are accounted for. Once the group arrives to the playground, you should conduct a count of the children to ensure that all children made it to the playground safely. Now that we have discussed the core elements of the pre-K instructional day, we will now discuss developmentally appropriate practices. All instruction and routines in DCPS pre-K classrooms should follow developmentally appropriate practices. Developmentally appropriate practices means that teachers working with pre-K students create a nurturing, play-based learning environment that supports children's physical, social-emotional, cognitive, and language development. While supporting pre-K classrooms, you should always do the following. Engage in positive one-to-one interactions with children. You should never yell at or scold children. Get on the children's level for face-to-face interactions. Use a pleasant, calm voice and simple language. And listen to children and encourage them to listen to others. For behavior management of pre-K students, DCPS emphasizes proactive strategies and positive guidance. If a child is having difficulty, use calm redirection, offer choices, and help them identify their feelings. Avoid punitive discipline or harsh language. You should never put children in timeout or threaten to withhold outdoor play. Now that we have discussed developmentally appropriate practices, we will now discuss active supervision. Active supervision is the foundation of both safety and learning in pre-K classrooms. We define active supervision as the intentional, constant attention to children's behavior, location, and needs at all times. While working in a pre-K classroom, you should always ensure that students are never left unsupervised, even for a moment. You should also always use sight and sound supervision at all times. Sight and sound supervision means that staff are always able to see and hear each child at all times. All staff working in pre-K classrooms and playgrounds are required to follow active supervision strategies, which include scanning and counting, positioning, and engaging with children. The implementation of these strategies prevents incidents and ensures children are safe and supported throughout the day. The first strategy in active supervision is scanning and counting. Scanning and counting means making continual visual sweeps of the environment while frequently counting the number of children in your care. It is not a one-time task, but it is a constant, intentional practice that ensures every child is accounted for, every moment of the day. The goal of scanning and counting is to proactively identify potential concerns before they become incidents, and to also ensure that there is an accurate number of children present under your supervision throughout the day. The second strategy in active supervision is staff positioning. Staff positioning is the strategic placement of staff to ensure full visual coverage of all children in the learning environment, both indoors and outdoors. In classroom settings, staff should position themselves where they can see all areas of the room. In bathrooms, appropriate sight and sound supervision means standing in the bathroom doorway or just inside the restroom, maintaining the ability to hear and see movement within the stalls, ensuring children's feet are visible under the stall, and promptly checking when a child is taking longer than expected. On the playground, staff should position themselves so all areas of the playground can be observed. During transitions, which includes children walking to other parts of the building or to the playground, children should always be accompanied by 2 adults. There should always be 1 adult at the front of the line and 1 adult at the back of the line. The third strategy in active supervision is engaging and redirecting. Engaging and redirecting means that teachers are not just watching children, but they are actively observing, listening, and interacting with them in ways that prevent problems and promote learning. This strategy supports both safety and social-emotional development. It includes tuning into what children are doing, saying, and feeling, a practice we refer to as demonstrating a regard for student perspective. When staff are truly engaged, they notice when a child is bored, when a peer conflict is starting, or when a child is wandering away, and they respond in ways that redirect the behavior and re-engage the child meaningfully. One of the tools that DCPS uses to support active supervision of pre-K students is the face-to-name checklist. You will always use the face-to-name checklist to track student attendance during transitions like outdoor play or moving to specials. The face-to-name checklist allows staff to visually identify the students present in pre-K learning spaces. The face-to-name checklist should list each child's name and include their picture. Each day, as each student arrives, you should mark each student present. Students who are absent should be marked as absent on the face-to-name checklist. Whenever a child leaves the group to go home or to go to the nurse or elsewhere, you should note this on the checklist. The face-to-name checklist should always be updated whenever a child joins or leaves the group. Throughout the day, you should review the checklist and count the children to make sure that all children who should be present are present and accounted for. Before every transition, you should use the checklist to check that every child is present and in line. You should also use the checklist during the transition and when the group arrives at their destination. You should notify school administration immediately if you ever discover that one of the pre-K students in the class is missing. We have now reached the end of this training session. Let's review the key points covered during this session. As an early childhood substitute teacher in a pre-K classroom, remember that you are expected to follow the daily schedule and routines, maintain a safe and nurturing learning environment, model positive language and behavior, and ensure all children are supervised by following all active supervision strategies throughout the day. Great job completing the training. Now it's time to put that knowledge to the test. To wrap up this training, please complete a short knowledge check. This will help you reflect on what you've learned and ensure that you are ready to support our youngest learners. Follow the link on the screen or scan the QR code on screen to get started. Thank you for your commitment to early childhood education. Your presence makes a difference in helping every child feel safe, cared for, and ready to learn. Thank you for being part of our team.